Hi guys. Today we're going to be looking at how to multiply and divide rational expressions. Okay. These are a little bit more involved. They're a little bit harder than our basic problems that we had, right? Because first of all, these are not all monomials, correct? So they will factor. We will have to factor some of these. Plus, on these divisions, we're also going to have to do the keep, change, flip, correct? So again, if you forgot, okay, our process was what? Keep, change, flip. If it's a division, right? Keep, change, flip. That's only for divisions. And then, of course, factor. And then cancel, right? Cancel like factors, top and bottom, or numerator, denominator. And then multiply across. Multiply across. Across. Okay? So let's do it. Okay? For divisions, right? So this is a division. Now this question doesn't ask us for any kind of restrictions, correct? But you know what? Let's find it anyway. Let's kind of give more than what the question is asking for. So we're going to try to identify the restrictions first. Here are the restrictions to the domain. So what are the restrictions to the domain? All right. So let's see what values of x we can't use here. So in this case, we have this first one here, right? That's 4x plus 2. I'm going to set that equal to 0 and see what x can't be. So this is negative 2 divided by 4. Looks like x cannot be negative half. All right. And the second one is over here. Of course, 5x is equal to 0. That's an easy one. Therefore, x cannot be 0. Okay, and let's do a third one here. Third one, we'll do it on the bottom. 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. And that's negative 1 divided by 2. Again, that's going to give us the same restriction, right? So x is equal to, or cannot be equal to, negative 1/2. So it's the same restriction, all right? So negative 1/2 and 0. Now, if we do a keep, change, flip to simplify it, we're going to get 20x minus 15 over 4x plus 2 times, and then flip it now, 5x times 2x plus 1. Okay, all over 2. All right, guys? Now, the 2 is now in the denominator, but there is no variable, so we're okay. There are no new restrictions because we only have a constant, and 2 will never be 0. Okay, the number 2 can never be 0. All right, so we're still good on the restrictions. Now let's factor. Looks like we can take out a 5. So 5 times 4x, that is a 4. 4x minus 3. That's a 3. Over 4x plus 2 times 5x times 2x plus 1 over 2. Now this one right here, that can factor further, right? 2 times 2x plus 1. Right? And here's a different color. It looks like we have a 2x plus 1 in the denominator that can cancel out with a 2x plus 1 in the numerator. Correct? So I think that's about it. That's all there is. So let's just multiply across now. Okay, so done that step, we factored, we canceled as much as we can, and now let's multiply across. So we have 5 times 5 is 25x. So we're going to have 25x times 4x minus 3 over, and then we have this 2 times 2 is 4. So it looks like that's all we have. That's our final simplified expression. Okay, looks like Javier is correct. Okay, so let's pick Javier. And Ivan is not. If you look here, it says no, neither student is correct, right? That's the third choice. So it definitely looks like Javier is the correct student. Okay? All right, let's do another one. Okay, so we have these two functions. This is a multiplication, so we don't have to do the keep change flip. And let's just go straight to factoring. Oh, let's do the restrictions first. Okay, so the restrictions. So it looks like the restrictions are going to be, you know what? Let's factor it. So you know what? We can factor it first before we look at the restrictions, because then it'll be easier because it's in factored form. So let's go 5x. Sorry, let's use a different color. So we have 5x cubed over 4 times x plus 3. Okay, times. And then it looks like we can take out an x, which is going to leave us with x squared minus 9, which is a difference of 2 squares. So I'm just going to factor it right on the spot. X plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, all over. And it looks like we have an x squared here. So we have an x squared as a common factor, leaving us with 2x plus 3. Okay, 3. It's a 3. All right, now it's clear what the restrictions are, right? Restrictions. The restrictions on the domain. So x can't be negative 3. Okay, that's here, correct? X cannot be 0. And x cannot be negative 3 halves. Okay, so those are our 3 restrictions, here, here, and here. And again, whenever you're not sure, just set each one equal to 0 and solve for x. Okay, and so let's write in our answer. Oh, well, we have to simplify, right? We have to multiply across. Cancel and then multiply across. So let's do that. So we have x plus 3, right? And we have an x squared here, which is going to cancel out with 2 of the x's here, leaving us with 1, right? And I think that's all we can do, right? Yeah, that's all there is. So we're going to have 5x, that's a 5, 5x squared, sorry. It's an x here and an x here, times x minus 3 over 4 times 2x plus 3 as our simplified expression. Okay, so let's write that in. Let's write it in first and then we'll pick our restrictions. So 5x squared times x minus 3 over 4 times 2x plus 3, and our restrictions are negative 3, 0, and negative 3 halves. Okay, I think we got them all. And that is it. Okay, guys? All right.